I have just demonstrated you how you could change permissions for a specific file. You are able to assign specific permissions, to add permissions, or to remove permissions. And for that, you need to use command chmod. Please note that if you want to modify permissions for entire directory, you need to use additional option -R. Great. Now let's create a sample script and make the script executable script. And actually, we will create simply a file, and you are not able to execute any file in Linux system. You need to make this file executable first. And let's try to do that here in this lecture. Let's clear terminal, and here let me type following command: touch script.sh. Notice that I have just added the extension sh, that stands for shell. And the reason for that is that I am going now to create executable script, and this script will be executed by specific process. And that process will be bash shell. And that's why if you are going to create executable scripts that will be executed in shell, you should add extension sh. Of course, you could go on without any extension, and in such a way you will be able to execute the file as well. But it's a good practice to add extension. Alright, let's create a new file, script.sh. Let's list files and folders here. Let me actually remove new file.txt, I don't need it anymore. And now I see script.sh file here. And notice permissions for this file. It is readable, writable, but not executable by owner, readable, writable, and not executable by any other users in the same group Bogdan, and only readable by all remaining users in all other groups. Could you quickly tell me decimal representation of those permissions? This section stands for 4 plus 2, 6. This 4 plus 2 also 6, and here will be 4. So, resulting permission is 664. Great, now let's make this file executable. And I want to make it executable only by owner, this user, Bogdan. And I'll modify only this section. And for that I could use either decimal representation of the resulting permission, or I could add only execution permission for user. And for that I'll use chmod command, and here I'll type u, stands for user. Next plus, I'm adding permission, and here will be execution permission, x. And here will be name of the file, script.sh. Let's run it, and let's verify permissions now. And you'll see that now this file script.sh is marked in green color, and now it is executable by user. Read, write, and execute. And now let's open this file, sh file, in nano editor, and let's add some shell commands there. Nano script sh. And first, what you need to do here in this file is to add reference to specific executable file that will run this file, this script. And I am going to run this script using bash shell process. And for that you need to use following line: #, next exclamation mark, and here will be path to corresponding executable that is supposed to run this shell script. And path is following: bin/bash. Actually, you could find the full path to bash shell if you type which bash in terminal. Actually, let me quickly do that. Let's exit without saving, and here type which bash. And here in the system I see that bash executable file is located in user bin bash. But let me actually have a look at contents of the bin folder, ls-l, and you'll see that this folder is actually linked to user bin. We have talked about links before. And that means that I'm able to use either this path as reference to location of the bash script, or simply bin bash. Because if I enter bin bash, it will point to user bin bash. Alright, it sounds a bit complicated, but in fact it is very simple. Let's go back to editing of the file, nanoscript.sh, and here type same line, exclamation mark, /bin/bash, like so. And it tells system that this executable file, bash, will be used for execution of the script. Great, and here let's simply type echo, and here in double quotes, hello from the custom script, like so. Let's now save contents of this file, like so. Yes, enter. And now let's try to execute this file. And if you want to execute specific script, you need to enter simply absolute or relative path to this script. In this case, this script is located here in home directory for this user. It is actually current folder represented by dot, or by tilde sign. It is home directory for this user. Or absolute path is /home/bogdan/script.sh. And actually you are able to use any of those variants. Any will work. Let's first try to use this absolute path and simply press enter. And I see hello from the custom script. And that means that bash shell has executed this script.sh file. You don't need to enter any arguments or options or any other commands. Simply path to corresponding executable script. That's it. Now let's try to use relative path and simply type ./script.sh. And I see same result. Hello from the custom script. Let's try to use reference to home directory /script.sh, and I see same result again. But if I enter simply script.sh, I'll get command not found. And now question to you, why I get this error when I enter this command without full path to it? Answer is very simple. At the beginning of this course I have explained you what is path variable and how actually Linux shell understands that you want to enter specific command. And if I enter echo $path, I'll see set of different paths that are concatenated using colon. For example, here is location of some executable files, user, local, sbin, next one, and so on. And now this script.sh is located simply in /home/Bogdan. And this path is not in this list. That's why shell is not able to recognize that I want to run some script named script.sh. If you want to be able to run some scripts in such way without full path, you need to add the folder name where this script is located to your path. Simply concatenate to existing path. But it's not a good practice to add home directory to path. It's a good practice to create bin folder in home directory for your user and place all executable scripts there. But let's talk about it in the next lecture. I'll show you how to do that and how to modify path, and next, after this action, you will be able to execute script like this, anywhere in any folder. I'll see you in the next lecture, guys. Bye bye.